Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AEW Dynamite Pre Show with Novi. I hope you guys are all doing well. We got a special Dynamite to cover tonight, Fright Night Dynamite. So there's a lot to talk about. Last week there wasn't as much to talk about as we went over, but we brought Chuck on again because now we give more opportunities to Gap. Like, I mean, we don't need
hmm
them, but there are more now. So how are you, Chuck?
So I am doing fantastic. I've had a pretty chill day, to be fair. Excited to talk about this Dynamite because it's an exciting one. It's Halloween season. No Halloween makeup today, I'm afraid. Just normal eyeliner. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. I hope because last week's was it was a Dynamite.
Yeah,
It
it's
happened,
it's a
but
Dynamite
it
that
set up
happened on a
some cool
Wednesday.
things. Yeah.
There were some cool things on there, things to look forward to. I didn't hate it
Yeah.
as much as I know a lot of people like. There was some crashing out going on over the Dynamite. I
I
feel like that
didn't.
was a.
I didn't like it.
I
Like there
didn't
was some good
like.
stuff, but there was so much bad in it. I was just like, yeah, I really did not like this show.
Yeah, I was like in the moment because we've done like grin-alongs for every Dynamite for
Mhm.
the past like month. So in the moment, like I was hearing promos and I was like, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
Yes,
And then
that's
I
real.
maybe that I think that kind of skewed my viewing a little bit. But like looking back, it was like fine. Yeah, I didn't like, it wasn't a great episode, but I don't know, it felt like a little extreme, the crashing out, just a little bit.
That's fair.
There's
Yeah,
been
a
worse.
little bit. I mean,
But
wrestling fans tend towards hyperbole, so it's either one extreme or the other.
yeah, there can never be a middle ground in this space. But we hope you guys are on the what should how should I transition this? I'm like thinking of it as I go. I hope you guys are on the brighter side of this pre-show and you decide to like the stream. You should do that. It's very fun. Send in
There we
any
go.
super chats as
Yeah.
well if you're feeling oh so generous. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well once again. I see a few of you in chat. The first chat was sent before the stream went live from Art Irony. Always good to see Art. Thoughts on the Ibushi crash out. So if you guys don't know, apparently Kota Ibushi didn't show up to a DDT show and didn't give them a reason why. And so DDT pulled a bunch of matches from his whatever streaming service they use. I'm pretty sure this is how it went. And now it seems like Ibushi won't be working for them anymore, which is very odd considering, they had such a great moment when he came over earlier this year, and then look how things have worked out. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's hard to know what's going on a little bit. But if it happened, it sucks. I'm not happy about it,
Yeah.
I don't know how you
Yeah, it
feel.
sucks. I, Ibushi is an oddball. I don't really know a whole lot about him outside of like he had that weird stuff with New Japan, and obviously he's like a great wrestler. Like I know all about like the wrestling side of
Yeah.
Ibushi, but like him as a person, I don't know a whole lot. So I'm not really in a place to comment. I'm not really tapped into DDT.
Hmm.
If it's a minor issue, I hope they can figure it out in the future. If not, I hope there's not too much ill will between them. I guess.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I think we can gain from it because we just gotta,
hmm
wait and see how it goes. I'm assuming he'll be back eventually in AEW at some point,
Hmm.
after he's gotten
Well,
right.
he is
So
signed to a contract, so
yeah. So this is why I don't know. He's not ID'd up yet.
I
Not
that
ID'd.
would be tampering. I'm pretty sure.
Um, yeah, a little bit, but tempering's kind of beast. We don't speak on it too much here. Um,
Well,
you kind of have to just say it's beast because it's just gonna happen. So what am I? I'm not gonna
yeah,
get
it's gonna
mad.
happen. But I don't give a fuck if people want to be offered more money. Then get
Yeah,
that
hope they
back.
get paid more money. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lord Lambo, always good to see Lambo. I'm assuming from Pajama here, this is in reference to Tyler the Creator. It's not weird things because Tyler the
Hmm.
Creator does have a song on the new album called Sticky, I think. So
Right.
hopefully that's what you're talking about, Zam, or else this is very concerning. Another thing that might be a little concerning, Chuck with no beanie?
Yeah, I couldn't find it. That's why I was like a little bit late to the stream yard. I saw you'd send the link. I was just like, fuck, okay, I've got to give up trying to find this beanie. It's somewhere. It'll be back.
Yeah, it'll make an appearance sometime soon.
I have
Uh,
about 7 beanies. I couldn't tell you where a single one is right now.
just lose them constantly?
Yes,
That's
constantly.
fair. That's fair. I did turn my volume up, so hopefully it's better. I turned it down because I was concerned. Last night you could kind of hear me like making mouth noises sometimes on the show we
Uh,
did on the late night grin. So I'm hoping it doesn't do that, but you guys let me know. Wesley, always good to see Wesley. Excited for Dynamite tonight. hoping it makes up for last week's mid-tacular episode. I think that's kind of the conclusion we both came to.
Hmm.
Code hater, always good to see Code. Big dude, yeet, to be honest. Do you do the yeet chant? Are you a yeeter?
I don't think I've watched a Jey Uso segment or match since Mania, maybe. Oh no, other than like when he appeared on NXT when we did that watch along.
That's true. That's true. So you've seen him do the yeet before, once in your day,
I have
at
seen
least.
it, like I've actively seen it. I'm not a yeeter
Unfortunate.
personally.
Code asked why didn't I upload a video last Saturday. I didn't really want to. And then I wanted to make this video this Saturday. I wanted to make it a big expansive project for 2 weeks. And we have it. It's done. It's recorded. It's ready to rock and roll. We have a guest appearance on the video on Saturday. I'm sure most of you will be very excited to hear it. Ibu will be appearing on Saturday's video. So look forward to that. It turned out to be much better than I ever expected it to be. So hopefully it was worth the wait. Big dude, hopes you have a good show. Hope you're doing well, big dude. Always good to see you hanging out. Art explains a little bit. From what I understand, he just worked himself into a shoot over comments made by young guys like Mao and Wayno that were supposed to be an angle, but he took it wrong and crashed out. That's unfortunate.
That's both unfortunate and low-key kind of beast, I can't lie.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of both. It's one of those.
You
Honestly,
CM Punk'd it? That's crazy.
that is funny. Well, I mean, Wayno's a beast, so unfortunately they got mad at him.
Mal
Sons
was
and
also
Shadows.
very cool. So
Mao is also very cool. Always good to see Sons. Always good to see Nabs as well. See, it's always good to see you folks. That's what I want to make clear here.
recognize
This
some of
should
the
be
records.
Yeah, exactly. This should be a good match card tonight. Interesting to see if Bobby Lashley debuts tonight. If Private Party lose, maybe Isaiah could turn heel and align himself with Stokely. Um,
Mm.
I'll point out one of these because we'll get to some of this. Do you think Bob Lash debuts tonight?
I think it'd be weirder if he doesn't. Because like he's obviously like coming in at some point. This feels like where they're gonna do it.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to be at the Pape, and then things changed, and it
I mean, it
wasn't.
was yeah.
And I don't know if you could wait until the next Pape. I don't know, a full gear. I don't know. It
I
feels.
feel like they wouldn't have gone to Shelton versus Swerve yet if Bob Lash wasn't coming in tonight.
Yeah, true. I think that'll be the full gear match. So you need it to be tonight. So I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Big show. They're advertising it like crazy. It's named.
Hmm.
Fuck it. Why not? We have JA. Do you guys still think Shane is going to AEW? I think we've talked about how we feel about it, like all across the board, a lot.
Yeah.
So do you still feel like he's coming at this
No.
point in time?
I
don't think
never
so
thought
either.
that he was like actively joining.
I was very convinced that he was for a little bit, and then it's changed in a little. Thankfully,
I just thought the Bucks
up.
posting that picture was too on the nose. They wouldn't have done that if he was legitimately having negotiations.
Yeah, it wasn't even because of that. It was just because like sometimes I think they can be stupid, and they were gonna do it anyways. But
Real.
I didn't really take anything from the Bucks stuff. They're the Bucks, bro. You can't like they're making tweets. They're doing content. That's the game. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. I think there probably was discussion. There was discussions for a little bit. I think that was like reported that they were talking at least, but
Well, that picture came out of TK with Shane, so
yeah, so they had to have had some kind of conversation.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so anymore. Angen PN just want to yell out, "I hear the battle cry" to anyone and everyone. We reacted to that live on air yesterday. The Kenny Omega news that he will be appearing.
You were
at the next
about
New
to
Japan
start like
show.
reading out your card from the draft, and I was just like, "Wait,
Yeah.
breaking
Yeah.
news!"
I was like one match deep into my fantasy card, and then no, actually Kenny Omega's coming back. Actually, so yeah, we had to stop everything and drop it all. I'm fucking hyped that Kenny's back.
Oh,
I know you are too.
Bro, I'm so fucking excited. I've missed Kenny so much.
It just doesn't feel the same when he's gone. That's it. And if he comes back and gets himself involved in this mock storyline, yesterday, we've been alluding to it late in our grin. We watched Fighter Fest and Fight for the Fall in 2019. Select matches, not the whole cards, because Jesus Christ. And we watched Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley brawl to end that show, the Fighter Fest show. And it made me really want to see that match again in the current year. So I'd really be excited for that. It also gives me a lot of hope. He could be back coming soon for the Dynasty show. Could be back. I don't know. Um, yes, I'm old. If it's quiet, maybe you're old too. So I don't know. Check yourself.
Mhm.
Um, that's funny.
I
Kale
did say maybe.
has arrived. Shout out
Okay.
Kale. Um, Yeet is by far the dumbest saying to catch on. I don't know if it's the dumbest ever, because that's a lot of competition, but it's weird
There
that
is
it's
a lot
caught
more.
on so many years after it was popular, you know? It was
Yeah. Yeah.
because I was saying Yeet in like freshman year of high school, which was a long time ago now. And now it's like,
I
oh, we're all
mean,
gonna do Yeet now.
I never said yeet personally. That wasn't something that caught on in my vocab. But like, yeah, I was in school when that was a thing.
You weren't saying Yeet in the schools. You weren't saying you were just doing YOLOs, right?
Oh, YOLO did make it into my vocab, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen Kale live. It's good to see you, Kale. I'm glad you're hanging
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Let's see here. I implore the wonderful audience. We're doing some self promo here from Anjin, but I'm gonna let it happen. I implore the wonderful audience of this channel to check out the edit I put out today to honor our glorious EVPs. Yes, Anjan PN Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's just that on Twitter. Anjan put out a
Something
wonderful
like
edit.
that.
Definitely check that out. I've
Elite
retweeted it
manager.
on my Twitter, so it's there.
I think I've
Um,
seen it.
you
I'll have
should
to have a
watch it.
look after.
It's a good edit. Anjan's a great editor. Let's
He's
see
pretty
here.
good.
JA, do you guys see Private Party losing and splitting up? IMO, it'd be a very bad decision. So,
I think they're gonna win on a disqualification.
see, this is the thing. I like to kind of just do good transitions on this show. I don't like to go in order.
Hmm.
We don't do that over here.
Mm-mm.
So we might as well talk
Yeah, let's
about the
talk about
AEW
it.
World
This
Tag
is
Team
gonna be a heavy one.
Championships.
So
The Young Bucks versus Private Party. If Private Party loses, they will be splitting up. I have never been a fan of these kind of stipulations. The retirements, the split ups, it's never been something I've been interested in because it spells out two things. One, they're gonna win, or two, there's gonna be a DQ. Obviously, in some cases, SCU's case in particular in AEW, it didn't happen that way, but that was like, of course that was gonna happen. They're older dudes. I don't like it because Private Party is young. So I also agree. You've already mentioned it. I think this will probably end in a DQ. I think it'll be a way to get out of this stipulation, way to get away from all this, and we could see a stip match. Like I don't know what kind of match, maybe ladders, something of that
well, I
nature
hope
on
not
Full
ladders.
Gear. I hope not ladders either, but that
I'm
seems like it
so
could be
sick of
pretty
ladder
fitting.
matches.
Yeah. Um, I think this match probably happens again at Full Gear. I don't think we're
Yeah, I
getting a
agree.
result here. Charlie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Private Party are going to win on a disqualification to circumvent the if we lose we split up thing. And they're going to use that to build to some sort of stip match on the pay per view. Don't love it as a story vehicle unless this is the BCC getting involved because of obviously Private
Yeah.
Party have had their moments with them over the last couple of weeks and such.
Yeah.
It would be interesting what that does for the Bucks in particular because they've been real on the nose with the Bucks being unsure of their place in the company right now because they're the EVPs, but they're not the ones running roughshod right now.
Yeah.
Mox has kind of like overshadowed all of that, and is kind of it kind of feels like they're teasing a face turn, and I don't love that to be
Hmm.
honest. But they need to make some sort of not stand, but they need like AEW needs to define what the Bucks are playing in this in this story, like what their role is. Because
Yeah.
as the EVPs, they should have something to say about this. And they've had an interaction with Moxley. Because Moxley, like, straight up said to Jack Perry, like, you're always okay with me, kid, like, or whatever it was he said a
Yeah.
couple of weeks back. So yeah. I don't love that this is a split up stip. I did love it with the SCU one, but that's a special case.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah, it was different time, different story. But yeah, I don't know. If they do a stip, I would rather it not be a ladder match because the Bucks won the titles in a ladder match, and there's been ladder matches on basically not every pay per view. That's me being very dramatic, but there's been a lot of ladder matches this year.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of them over the course of the year. No matter what company you're paying attention to, we've seen a lot of
Hmm.
them. I think it's a good point there with the Bucks maybe turning face. It feels like when you're saying like you'll always be mid carders forever to the Private Party, it feels like that's a little like I don't know. That's not heelish.
Hmm.
that signals something in me that I'm like, okay, they're doing this for a reason. I
Yeah.
don't. I also don't think I'd love the Bucks being face, or I think they're much more interesting as a heel. I think their EVP gimmick is quite interesting as well, but they just
Hmm.
they have never really found a way to slot it into the show in a meaningful way,
Yeah.
as of yet. I feel like this could be a good opportunity too if Private Party does end up picking up the win at Full Gear, which I'm not sure if I would love that either. It's a weird thing. Would you like to see Private Party win the belts at Full Gear or even tonight?
I want to see Private Party win the belts. And tonight, maybe not because of it kind of feels like, well, why did you just not belt them up at WrestleDream? Sort of
Hmm.
thing, because they had so much momentum going into that. Um Full Gear, if they're insisting on rerunning the match there, then yes, they need to win the belts there. Because if they just lose again, then what's been the point of any of this? It doesn't put them in a better position.
Yeah. It's that's a good point. I mean, the whole point of the storyline with Private Party was to build them up and make them like a solidified tag team and all this stuff. So
Hmm.
I would like to see them win the belts. I would have liked it to be more of like a gradual build up, like them seeing them win matches, seeing them pick up victories on Dynamite and Rampage and all over the board, like to
Yeah.
build up to these title shots. But we've kind of jumped past that, So you kind of have to just take what you can get. So I think at the end of the day, we both agree DQ to end this match. They'll probably win the belts at Full Gear, if anything. And yeah, I've seen a lot of people's comments on it as I've seen it scroll by as
Yeah.
we've gone over this. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit because I'm curious to see what people are saying. Let's see
Okay, well,
here.
Full Gear is the 23rd of November, I think. I think that's
That
what we talked
yes,
about last time.
yes, that's correct. Okay, I'm actually not gonna skip over ahead because I'm losing my place like immediately. So we're gonna go down and we'll get to it eventually. But we have Marcus of WrestlePeers of Dynamite Review fame. New Japan announcing
Much
my
love.
goat pulling up to Power Struggle brightened up my entire year. It
Oh,
made
it
us
made
all
me
very
so
happy.
happy.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Means it's good signs for the Dynamite review, right, Chuck? Good signs.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny back.
Always good signs. Any
Ray
back.
Garrian, always good to see Ray. I thought it was Friday Night Dynamite and not Fright Night Dynamite. Also watched the wrong show for 20 minutes on your Relight the Fuse grid along before realizing it. Might have to pack it in. Yeah,
It's just been one of those weeks for you.
yeah. It's one of those days. It happens. It's comes at you fast. But hopefully you caught up to what we were watching eventually on that show. Hope you enjoyed. Um,
We weren't very good at time stamping it because we were just yapping about whatever else. But
we kept up with it a little bit. We said, "Wow,
yeah,
what a move by Ray Phoenix."
indeed.
Yeah. Dano mentions it here. We're kind of here already. Does this team versus title match seem rushed to you guys? I thought they would build towards Full Gear. It definitely does feel like a little bit premature. I would have liked it to just be on Full Gear more than this.
Yeah,
But you could try to pop numbers.
yeah.
And
I don't
Kale's
know.
also cooked,
It's
by the way. Didn't
Yeah,
had
bro. That was
no
announced like
idea.
last week on the show. Isaiah
Uh,
Castillo was just straight up like, if we lose, we'll split up.
yeah, it was a very like it was a moment at the end of that promo, but
Indeed.
Kale also says the whole private party thing does feel a little rushed because it's ultimately a response to harsh criticism on the treatment of private party over the past years. Yeah, it was pretty obvious that this is happening because of
Hmm.
that, right? It's pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things on Dynamite and just in AEW right now in general that feel like the product of long established stories. Like the stuff with Swerve and MVP and Shelton Benjamin and Bob Lash, like that feels like something that's been established and that they've been building to. And the like getting to the mock stuff felt like it was establishing what it was built to.
Hmm.
But some of the other stuff feels very slapdash and kind of booking on the fly. And I don't hate it, but I also don't love it because you can really tell where they're trying to fill in the gaps. And this private party push kind of feels like that sort of situation.
Yeah, it feels a little forced at times. Like
Yeah.
we're don't
Like
worry, guys,
if
we're
there's going to
solving
be a tag
this.
team that gets a forced push, I'm happy it's private party, to be honest.
Yeah, there's worse routes to go. We could have went with the Outrunners or something like
It
that.
could have been the Outrunners, and that gives me
Which
nightmares. So
Yeah. So it ultimately it's good that it's happening, but the fact that it has to happen is a little wonky. Makes you feel a little
hmm
weird.
yeah,
Um Ian Davis, always good to see Ian. Hope all's well with you. This is the first time in a while I've been really excited for a Dynamite. It looks amazing. Yeah, I mean tonight's card
Yes,
does look really good, so I
I'm
definitely don't blame you
excited.
for that. Let's see here.
I hope they have a fun set. They probably don't, but I hope they have a fun set.
Like a Fright Night set.
Just
I mean,
something. Give me pumpkins.
in the graphic, they've done some cool stuff on that. Like the
They
graphics
have. The
themselves
graphics
look
are
cool.
sick.
Okay, we need some pumpkins, maybe a Scream pumpkin. Maybe they've asked for you to ship it
Yeah,
overseas.
you know.
Um,
You never know.
yeah, I do hope we get a cool set. Oh, fuck. Anjen just spoiled it for us. See that? Just saying it's a
It's a
plain
plain.
set.
I'm
Anjen,
going to commit crimes.
Anjen, I'm timing you out for 10 minutes, bro. You ruin my time.
Why? I need to. I want to see if I can find this photo.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably
it
good.
isn't.
It's very unfortunate. Maybe also very unfortunate. Kale says Rhea is actually injured. Yeah, no,
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think
I
so.
didn't watch NXT, so I have no idea what actually happened. But hope she recovers fast because that's kind of unfortunate. That's the second time she's been injured this year, isn't it?
But yeah, but I think it was for angle purposes. I don't think it's for like actual injury because they just like beat her down on last night's show and she was like bleeding and stuff everywhere. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming
I
they're
did see a tweet though that was like the X-ray that came out was legit. So
hmm, might need to do some digging on that. Might need to see
mm.
what's real and what's not.
They did a
Def
worked injury, but PWI is saying that she's shoot injured. Yeah,
Damn, that's unfortunate. I do hope she gets better.
indeed.
She gets injured at the worst fucking times, bro. It's very unfortunate.
Bro, when's the
Um,
last time she barely wrestles? How does this happen?
she just gets caught on like random times. It just gets like something goes wrong. I don't know why it happens all the time.
My God.
That sucks. Yeah, apparently the
Mhm.
orbital bone fracture is like a real thing.
Oh, oh.
That's a long injury. That's nothing small.
I was gonna say she's gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't Will she be back towards Mania? I feel like you'll be cutting it close,
She'll
aren't
be back
you?
before then. She'll be back before the Rumble.
Yeah. I've heard talks that maybe she'll win the Rumble and then they'll do the live match at WrestleMania.
Oh dear.
We'll see.
Mm.
We'll see about all that. Um, Marcus, and let the record show that For Conda Pro Wrestling has Kenny Omega on the roster. Novi joint show. Hashtag coming soon. Brother, when we get that Hangman Kenny rematch on the joint show, it's gonna get nasty.
Amen. That's
It's
where
gonna
it's
get
fuck.
dirty. We will be doing some joint shows. Brainbuster, we're gonna be doing a joint show. We'll be rocking and rolling with these draft rosters. Um,
Okay, well, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna pull it up
Yeah.
because I'm gonna lose. Rhea is injured, and this live shit is being extended. I'm about to pull a Charlie on January 6th. Good call.
That's crazy.
um,
There's
yeah,
people in this chat that do not understand that context.
we can give them the context. You want to? You want me to do it?
Yeah,
So,
go on. It's funny.
so basically, right, guys, we have very little evidence to prove where Charlie of WrestlePurist was at on January 6th, 2021. I'm not saying that it means she was somewhere in particular. I'm not saying she visited Washington, D.C. I'm just saying we cannot confirm whether she did or didn't. So it's up to you to make that distinction. There's no pictures. There's one tweet, but even that one looks a little suspect. It looks like you're kind of covering your bases to me.
It does. Because I was tweeting about how fucked the situation was.
Yeah, so look, I'm not saying that Charlie was over there on January 6th, but I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? So it's up to you guys to make that distinction on your own.
I was not
We'll
there. I was probably in bed, if we're being real.
Sure. Code Hater, the stipulation of if Private Party lose, they split up reminds me of Splitfire having that kind of match at TNA Victory Road where they won the Knockouts tag titles. I think they will do the
Oh,
same. Do you know what this
Spitfire.
is? I'm
Jody
not
Fret
aware.
and Danny Luna, they had a stip on their match that if they didn't win the knockout belts, then they would have to split up as a team. But they won the belts, so
So it could happen tonight. I get what you're
good.
going at here, Hater. Kenny is going to be at a New Japan show this weekend manifesting. I would manifest Kenny to be everywhere and on every show, actually.
Yes,
Kale, it's very WWE to hop on trends a decade after it's popular, but now that they're hot, the crowd actually follows along. That's kind of pro wrestling,
yes,
though, as a whole, to be fair.
it is
Like,
very
WWE is
progressive.
very aggressive about it, but pro wrestling, like, dude, people love to do, like, old shit all the time. Like, memes that are already been done with. It's very weird.
Mhm.
Um, we have name that I will never try to pronounce in fear of allegations. Back from vacation. Apparently, last two Dynamites were stinky. They're
Last
middling.
last week was kind of mid. Well, very mid. I
Yeah.
can't remember the week before. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. My
Jeez.
memory is cooked. Like
You
I don't
didn't
know.
have to do the review, so you gave up. You're like, fuck
This
it.
is true. I didn't have to do the review for either of those weeks. So I have no idea. I've got to look in tonight.
Yeah, it was a little mid too. It wasn't like it was kind of whatever. Was that the one that left me really bummed out on the Grin Along? I think that was the 2 weeks ago one because I was really sad.
Maybe.
It was the post pay-per-view. Was that 2 weeks ago? Or was that a week
Like yeah,
before that?
mid October. So yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, that left me in a bad mood. So yes, the last two Dynamites were
Yeah,
stinky.
because there wasn't. Oh, I remember because there wasn't really any like proper follow up to the whole Mox
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
couple stinky ones. Better matches
Yeah, that
on that
Dynamite
one
didn't
than
kind of. Yeah.
yeah. That one made me very upset. I don't know if you saw that, but I
That
was
did
very
have
upset.
Shelton Benjamin versus Leo Russo, so
Yeah. But there's been some good matches, but
yeah.
we'll see. A non-finish would bum Kale out quite a bit. Unfortunately, I feel like you might get bummed out. We mentioned this earlier, but I'll
Happens,
mention yeah, since you showed up afterwards, yes, we both think that Bob is gonna come out tonight.
yes.
I think Private Party should beat them and then beat them again at the pay-per-view. That wouldn't be a
That's
bad
funny as
idea.
fuck. That would pop me so much.
That would be kind of sick. So
That would really establish them. Yeah.
yeah. Interesting proposition here from Zam. Bucks should go eviler and join the BCC, corporate finance or something like that. I think that'd be
That's
kind of
funny.
funny, honestly. Like they're backing them financially. We're gonna give you guys the support from the uppers.
It does pop me, but like this Mox thing is so like serious at the moment that I feel like doing something like that kind of adds a bit of whimsy that it doesn't really need. But the
It'd be a
idea
little too
does pop
playful.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Flying a bit
maybe
too
down
close.
the line. Yeah.
We'll see.
Big dude, obviously Private Party winning would be a great moment for them and overall, but the rushness of it makes me question if they're going with that. And everything else sounds like a bad idea. A bit of a corner. They did kind of book themselves in a
Yeah.
little bit of a corner here. They do that quite
It's
often,
hell
to
of
be
a
quite
corner.
honest.
Yeah.
What was the last? There was one corner, the corner that we can talk about now, because this is a good transition. They've also booked themselves into another corner, and it's been a big discussion on the timeline today. Tonight we're going to hear from Hangman Adam Page.
Hell yeah.
It's always good to hear from Hangman. Me and Chuck both enjoy
Hope's
hearing.
the live promo. Hope he gets ring time, TV time.
Hope he actually
ring,
talks
with a
this time
mic.
too, without Colton interrupting. So that's what I'm here for. But there's obviously been a bit of a discussion about how the booking has been with Hangman, about him maybe
Oh, my
being
favorite
more
topic.
of a main player. I know. So we'll do this with one word thing. Do you or no, not one word, but a couple words. Do you think Hangman should go over Jay White at Full Gear?
Yes.
Bang.
I only need
Yep.
one word.
That's all we need. I'm just gonna agree with you there. I'm just gonna say yes, correct. And we'll move swiftly onwards. Young Nabs.
I have
Is it
so
just-
much to say, but yes. Do move on.
I won't like subject you to that. I'll let because that could get dangerous. Because I would also have a lot to say. I made a whole video about it.
Oh,
So
bro, I've gone on rants on Twitter. People know my stance on how Hangman is booked in AEW. I ain't gotta rehash it here.
yeah, they know my stance as well. Because I've made that very clear around the Danielson title win situation. But that's another discussion for another day.
Indeed.
Nabs, is it just me, or is the NXT women's division stacked with super talents right now? A promotion to the main roster would almost feel like a downgrade in terms of match quality and TV time. I think this probably it's a good point. I mean, the NXT girls are much better than the main roster girls that are up there right now. So
Mhm.
if they got moved up, it'd be a good replacement. It'd be good to fill the time with better wrestlers, but they're kind of killing it right now. I'm not gonna lie. They're not my favorite women's division in the world. I prefer other ones, but you can't deny. They got some ballers in there. Some
They
young
got
ballers.
it is a stacked division, and honestly, now would be the time to just do Evolution again, or like the Mae Young Classic.
Ibu
Just
tweeted that
just
out.
run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
was-
gonna say
I was
me and
on
Ibu
board.
have similar opinions sometimes, so that checks out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should run that back.
I agree. I think it'd be the best time to do it. They should do like a Roxanne title defense on there against one of the main roster like stars. That would be
Mhm.
sick. I'd be totally tuned in for that. Um,
Oh, you know what they should time it with? And people are going to hate this idea, but
hmm,
she is a big star and will always be one of the cornerstones of the women's evolution. They should time it with Charlotte Flair coming back and have
yeah,
Roxanne do an open challenge and it be Charlotte Flair. Charlotte hasn't
that
got a win. She probably will, but it's Charlotte Flair.
no, that'd be sick though. Imagine you say, all right, we're gonna have Roxanne pin this like whatever time champion 16 or
Hmm.
whatever, just
Yeah,
on this women's only pay-per-view. That'd be sick.
that'd be
People
so
would love
sick.
that. That's a great idea. Kale is very against the idea.
Listen, bro, Big Matt Charlotte is different. Like,
Very
she is a
different.
good wrestler.
There's
And
some
Roxanne
wine
Perez
emojis
is one of
coming
the
out.
brightest prospects in WWE right now.
I've had it like I've had this internal discussion with myself. I think she's probably my favorite prospect in the world at the moment. Like genuinely.
That's very fair. Yes,
I think
she's so
she's
good.
incredible. If you guys, bro, I'm not saying you got to watch the whole thing, but just watch the portion where she was out there hooping with Vicaire the other
Oh,
day on
that
the
singles match is going to be
Halloween
so
Havoc.
unreal.
That
It's going to be
match
so
is gonna
good.
be godly.
Hmm.
We'll Kale's crashing out right now over Big Match Charlotte. We'll scroll down. I'll get you, Kale. Hold
Listen.
on.
I think it will be fine. I think it will be okay.
Yeah.
Charlotte will put her over. Probably, maybe. If she's
Well,
told to, she will.
if she's
Also,
told
she can
to,
lose her return match. Like,
yeah, it's just a return match, and it's
the
against
young
another
gun getting over
champion.
the in coming back from injured vet, like that is a story that has been told before and it works. So
Yeah, and then you could sell her like, oh, don't worry, Charlotte, you're gonna get her back when she comes up. No worries.
yeah,
That's how you sell it.
absolutely.
There you go. Now we booked it. Great work.
Yeah, easy.
We have Bupperoni talking about the private party. My guess is that private party wins via roll up. Bucks get mad and call for a rematch at Full Gear. Then private party definitely beat the Bucks at the pay per view. I think that's a pretty good idea, honestly.
Hmm.
I don't hate it.
Hmm.
Um,
It'll be interesting. That would really solidify where they think private party should be on the card.
yeah,
So
it made me
yeah, I'd
believe
be
it
with it.
because I'm struggling to
Yeah.
believe it at the moment. Like, believe that this push is real. Believe that you really feel this
Yeah.
way. That would be like, we feel this way for sure. Don't worry about it,
Yeah, absolutely.
which would be nice. Takeshita talk. Takeshita will be back at New Japan. Thank fucking God. Very happy to see him
He's
above the
defending the
cerulean
belt
blue.
on thing.
Yep.
Fighting Unleashed.
Yep.
That one.
He will be there, which is very, very sick. Always,
I hope it's a
always
cool
gonna pop with
opponent.
Takeshita.
I don't know who's free. Who's not booked on that show already? I mean, plenty of talents, but
Yeah, there's got to be
I
something.
hope it's
out there.
an actual New Japan guy and
Yeah.
not just we're doing this under the New Japan banner, but here's XYZ from the Indies. I was gonna say
Yeah.
a name. It was gonna be very spiteful, but I decided not to.
We could, you know,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna be spiteful. I'm not gonna be spiteful.
okay, you know where to send it. But yes, I'm very excited to see Takeshita back with the cerulean blue. Very, very sick.
Yes.
I don't Taylor Port Graps. Whose title reign would you enjoy? I don't think you meant to say OJ. I think you maybe meant Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy or Darby's. I'm gonna say Darby. Chuck.
Which title would you doing? At this time,
Okay. That's
Darby.
funny.
It
That's
absolutely.
fucking funny.
Do you see why I was gonna say it? I was just that's a bit mean.
Yeah, you gotta,
I think
they're
Darby.
yelling at you to. They're yelling at you to.
They are
say
yelling
the
at
name.
me. Well, he
I
wrestled
won't
on a
say
DPW show recently. There you go.
There you go. That's a good call. That'll give it away for people who know. Somehow
Mm-hmm.
OJ returned. Yeah, I'm not really interested in OJ title reign.
Yeah,
I prefer
that's
Darby.
not.
But yeah, we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't really finding.
It's not Billy Ray.
No. He was not on DPW, thank God.
He was not.
Let's see here. Suns and Shadows. The Bucks have limited dates the rest of the year. I see Mox's group wrecking them, and they come back next year at Revolution. Good God, I would not like to see that very much.
Do you know how little I will care about wrestling if the Bucks are out for another extended period of time?
Yeah, that would be.
I'm
unfortunate.
being slightly dramatic. There is other wrestling I enjoy, but
But they've been so
they're just
good.
my boys, and they've been
Yeah.
locked in recently. I
Yeah.
don't want them to go away. I also think the whole we have limited dates is low key a bit. I think they're going to be at pretty much. They're going to be at both the pay-per-views that are left and like 70% of the TV.
Yeah, majority of them.
Or 70% of the Dynamites.
Yeah, I
God
wouldn't,
knows they don't work Saturdays.
they don't work Fridays either, so I wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
I'd take it a little, take it back a little
Indeed.
bit. Art Irony doing some astronauts pushing, of
Oh, I
course.
fucking love the astronauts.
Private Party astronauts. That'd be hilarious as a matchup, to be quite honest with you.
That's the type of shit I
Hilarious.
would book. Fantasy book.
It'd be sick. It'd be awesome.
It's going on in the chat.
There's some shit going down. We'll get to it when we get to it. We're gonna leave that there, bro. There's some things being said out here that we'll get to.
There's some
Oiwa
wild comments going on.
should rule the world. Umino and Narita just put those fries in the bag. Unfortunately, you guys know how I feel about Shota. It's not looking good so far.
Shota Umino put out a quote like in an interview that was just like, the UK fans booed me. I know that they know about my affiliation with Mox and all that. Like, I guess those Brian fans just don't like me. Brother, that is not why we were booing you at Royal Quest. You just suck. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
it is what it is.
It hasn't developed.
It hasn't changed. It doesn't do anything.
And then you come in, you're like, all right, here's Oiwa and here's Fujita.
Oiwa has a mullet. Like, he immediately wins. I'm sorry, but...
Well, that's a personal thing.
It's just cool as fuck. Yeah, that's a me thing.
It's a fair personal thing. I get it, But yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to go put those fries in the bag for those two. Narita first, though. Narita first.
I think he should get a WWE ID. That's someone that you guys should go tag under that tweet.
There's a couple of them. I added someone on that tweet. Did you see that?
I didn't.
There's a young luchador. His mask is very similar to Blue Demon. But he runs a podcast called the Grabs Podcast. And great young luchador. You should definitely check him out. WWE.
That's really funny. I might have caught a glimpse of that as I refresh my timeline, actually.
Maybe I should try to pull it up. I don't want to take too long though, so let's see if I can actually get it here.
Oh yeah. We got 50 minutes. We're doing all right on time.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Hang on, let's see if this is the one. Deposit some damn it, it's not. All right, whatever. We're not gonna show it. Just look at my Twitter @it's Noviak. You'll see it. Let me get back to my place here. If not Private Party, then I would like to see Cage and Archer being built up properly and dethrone the Young Bucks for the title. I think that'd
be so fucking bees.
Good
That's
team.
so real.
Yeah. Private Party has been off and on injured half their career. Yeah, unfortunately, Mark Quinn got injured for a long time, which was hurt things. Let's see here. Marcus, said a prayer for Chris Statlander's back for the possible fractures it might have from trying to get something out of Camille. This is a great transition. We'll get to it in a second. We have Camille versus Chris Statlander. I made a tweet last week. Chris Statlander will be like LeBron on the Cavs, carrying Camille to a 3 1/4. I've lowered it. I said 3 1/2, but it's 3 1/4. That's the best she can do. We saw Camille last week. Didn't make the show any better, is what I'll say. Chuck, how you feeling about this one?
I think Chris Statlander is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. I don't know that she's going to be able to get something out of Camille. Unless they just kind of stand there and throw bombs at each other, I think that is their best bet.
Yeah.
But that's too ambitious for something like that. She's going to want to make a proper match and do something cool. And I fear that it's just not going to be great. But if anyone can do it, it's Statlander, because she got 2 pretty good matches out of Jade Cargill. So
yeah, that was my take on it. I'm thinking back to when Statlander had the TBS title, and she was given mid opponent after mid opponent, and she made all of them look so good.
She made people think that Julia Hart was ready to be champ. So
that's exactly what I was gonna say. She had a match so good with Julia Hart that she made Tony Khan believe she could have a run as champ, and we all see how that went out. We all see how that worked. Statlander is one of the best in the world. It's going to take a colossal effort for her to get a great match out of Camille. But like you said, if there's anyone that can do it, it's probably Chris Stat. So hope for the best. I hope she doesn't work too hard. And on that,
bro, the video that Camille put out after she left NWA was circulating on my timeline again the other day. It's so fucking funny because it's mostly like taunts and entrances. It's so fucking funny.
It's taunts.
God bless the woman. I'm sure she's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's a fine. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know, but I'm sure she's, whatever. But unfortunately, she can't really throw wrestling moves. She can't really do
No.
them very well, so it's unfortunate. We'll see though. It could be better this week. You never know. Maybe she'll
Should
make
lay
another
off the
hoop
town a
tape.
little bit.
That's what you mentioned. That's like one of your main takeaways from last week.
Bro, it was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was like Adam Cole levels of bad.
She
Where it was
was
like,
orange.
yeah. Or no,
Like,
actually
it
not
was
Adam Cole.
bad.
Like 2021 MJF levels of bad.
Yes.
Because
It was
his
egregious.
ears were orange in 2021. It was about
Yes.
that like length. So yeah, hopefully she lays off the tan. Hopefully she does well enough to not have Statlander. I don't, whatever, bro. I hope she's good. That's all I can say. I hope she does something better than last week. And Jan, AEW always finds a way to lower the pomp and circumstances for these pay-per-views and special shows. It's one of the
It's
biggest
one of my least
criticisms.
favorite things about the company because of they just don't embrace things like that. And that's what used to make AEW feel so special and unique. It's the fact they would do shit like that. We were
Yeah.
literally we were talking about this with the Fight for the Fallen set, I think it was. That they really
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Fight for whichever show it was, I can't remember. But like they actually like embraced that and had different sets, and they don't do that anymore, and it makes me so sad.
Yeah, their
Buy a fucking
presentation.
pumpkin, they're like $4 a pop. I don't know how much a pumpkin is in the US, but
Yeah, you can go to Home Depot and buy some of those like skeletons and shit, the big inflatable
yeah, man.
ones. Why not, bro? It's cool. Just do it. It's one of the things we mentioned too, like the pyro and the lights and stuff.
Put
It's just,
cobwebs on the barricades. Do something.
yeah, do something. We need a little bit of a, like, you can't name it Fright Night and be the night before Halloween and just be a normal Dynamite. Where's the fun in that? No vibe.
I don't even need gimmick matches. I don't like when they do the gimmicky matches around the holiday season, really. But
Yeah.
just embrace the fact that it also, especially in the US, because Halloween's so much bigger over there than it is like in the UK.
Yeah, we love
So
Halloween.
what, like Americans would eat that shit up. Can you imagine how many people are going to be disappointed when they walk in and see a normal ass set?
Yeah.
I'd be heartbroken.
I'd be furious. My heart was shattered. It's just people want to see cool shit like that. It improves
Yes.
things. Like, it's about presentation. You need to present yourself as even bigger than you are. It's important. And for some reason, no, like hardly any of these companies understand it. It's very unfortunate.
So hard. So hard.
Hopefully, maybe they'll throw up some cobwebs by the time the show goes live, and we'll see though. We'll see. Brainbuster on the Rhea Ripley situation. Real wrestlers put eye patches on and wrestle through it, but that's just me, I guess. You are different. It's why I hope you get signed to the ID program, because I want to see some of these real wrestlers in WWE. You're a Fed soldier these days, so yeah, I hope they sign you, bro. If Chris gets a 2.5 out of Camille, she's an all-timer. I think maybe a 2 would be all-timer territory. Like a nice, or like a 2.25, I'd say. That would be, if she just makes her look good, I would even say, like, yeah, hell of a performance.
If they
from
get
Chris
through
Stat.
the match without any blunders, I will call it an all-time performance from Chris Stat. I'll vote for her to be Wrestler of the Week.
Yeah, she should be if she gets a good match. I feel like that's probably a good shout. Even if Bob Lash debuts, no Wrestler of the Week for Bob Lash. It's
Oh, Bob Lash ain't going to be Wrestler of the Week on our debut. When he wrestles, he'll probably get Wrestler of the Week. Let's be real. Shelton Benjamin might get Wrestler of the Week, depending on how this match goes. To be honest,
I think it's going to be pretty sick. But we'll get into it later. We'll leave that transition for later. Despite the Outrunners being super over, it would not be a wise decision for them to win the tag team titles. I know you're very strong about this. You feel very firmly against the Outrunners.
yeah, no, they shouldn't be near the tag titles. Absolutely, they've got a role to play on the show, and top dogs of the division is not it. Will they ever be ready? I don't know, probably, but they're not for my taste, so I don't feel like it'd be fair for me to comment on that because I'm very biased.
Yeah, I'm gonna need FCR to put them in their graves pretty soon here. That's all I'll say about that one. The context is Charlie is a wanted woman. Yes, this on January 6th.
Many are saying.
That's why she doesn't live in the U.S. If you guys want to, be filled in on some of the
Yeah, the
personal
accent's
stuff.
fake.
Yeah, it's just gotta avoid the FBI at all costs. The big fat orange cat. Have you two been keeping up with the Hanging with Holbert Halloween special later tonight? Will we possibly be seeing a cameo from either of you? Well, I can speak for my own. I have been keeping up. I've been involved in the Hanging with Holbert Halloween special. There will be, I will be there in some form or fashion. You guys will see. Unfortunately, Chuck, you won't be there tonight.
I won't be. I had prior obligations on days of the shoot, so I could not be involved, unfortunately. But I have been keeping up. I'm very excited for it.
Yes, it's going to be a great show. Tune in directly after Dynamite. It's the channel is linked down below at Late Night Grin.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're on this point, my channel is here. You should subscribe to it if you haven't already. Like the stream. We're at 14 likes already. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys all in chat. Chat's been like kind of crazy tonight. It's kind of wild. It's very scary too with two yappers on the screen. If the chat's moving this fast, we're going through it each one by one here, but we very much appreciate it. We also have super chats if you guys are feeling so generous. We're about to get to one here soon. I promise. We're scrolling down. It'll get here when we get here. Let's see here from Kale. Both weeks left me pretty bummed out because I made like 15 tweets about how locked in the Brian angle made me, and then that's pretty much exactly where I was at with it, to be quite honest.
Same.
I wanted more. That's the conclusion I was left with. We have Sons of Shadows. They're building Hangman to be a top tier heel. We saw the origin story. I would like to see, like, I believe it.
Right.
I'm on that front, but we'll let you speak on it. You go.
Hangman turned heel like a year ago. Like, are people aware of this? It's been like 10 months. And what do you mean they're still building? The origin story happened. I was there. It happened at Revolution.
I was there too.
That was when they solidified it. But he was getting booed literally in Seattle, and they built off of that. It drives me nuts. He came back in May as a heel. What do you mean we're still building?
Well, I don't know, Chuck. He might be a babyface. He came back in July.
I don't know when he came.
Might be a babyface. What do you think? I don't know.
I think that there's just so many.
Good point. Good point in here. He walks out of the face tunnel though. What does that mean, Chuck?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He hasn't done that in so. Bro, you know what? I think that Hangman should be champion of the world, and if you got to kill a few people to do it, then hey man,
fuck it, bro.
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Some people gotta die so others can live, Chuck.
I don't hate that he's not feuding like for the title right now. It makes sense, but they're not treating him as they should be because of they're running this Moxie storyline and they're not balancing it properly, and it drives me fucking nuts.
Yes, correct. And if we want to look further back, right, about the booking of Hangman, I'm still firm on this. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to be this guy. Bryan Danielson should not have main evented All In.
It was,
and it should have been Hangman.
I almost went for that rant then. I think that Bryan Danielson absolutely should have been world champion at some point in his AEW career.
Yes.
And I think it was incredibly selfish of him to not agree to doing it until the very last moment, because of it absolutely ruined other storylines. And then bringing Hangman back in the Owen Hart Cup just to not have him win that was one of the biggest missteps of the year. And why you have people like me and Novi that still get frustrated about this, because if it was so simple, all they had to do was not put him in that tournament.
Yeah.
They could have done anything else, and there would have been no issue. I love Bryan Danielson, and I'm so happy I got to see him win the world title live. I still think he's incredibly fucking selfish for waiting till then to do it. I'm sorry.
I love seeing the moment. I wasn't there live, but I was so emotional. It was so great. I reviewed that match. I thought the match was fantastic. But like you said, he should have won that belt at Grand Slam
September of 2022
against Jon Moxley.
Yes.
When there was an interim belt. That's when he should have won it. But yet he didn't agree, and Hangman Adam Page got fucked over because of it. Hangman should have main evented that show as the defining person of your promotion. Should have main evented your by far biggest show ever.
Yes.
I'll stand on that. I know there are people out there that disagree, and I understand why. Danielson is a fantastic. You guys know he's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. He's my personal GOAT pick. But that doesn't mean that he should have won the fucking belt. It should have been Hangman.
No. I would be so much less annoyed about this at this point now that it's like been and gone. He's not even champion anymore. If he just pretended in interviews that he wasn't heading towards like leaving the company.
That made me
Or
so mad.
not leaving
Chuck.
the company, but you know, like retiring, essentially, or like stepping away from full-time wrestling. That's the phrase I'm going for.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He was actively telling people, just like, yeah, I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna be hanging it up pretty soon. Like, it is what it is. I'm just kind of riding this out, sort of thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up! Stop talking! Like,
Yeah.
you
It
are
made me lose
ruining
my
the
mind.
magic of this.
Yeah, it made me lose my mind. Guys, you guys know, I made a 20-minute video about this. I ranted like hell. I was telling you guys one of the most annoying things that in AEW history, I've seen so many annoying things on this with this company. The most annoying thing in the world to me is when Bryan Danielson said, "Yeah, dude, I'll win it or I won't." It's, whatever. Dude,
Yes.
the world title should be something you're willing to fucking die over. There had been countless other people before you that made it feel like that. Swerve himself made it feel like that. And yet, we did this whole business, and I'm happy that he won the belt. I'm happy that it happened that way, just because whatever. It was already been done at that point. But it shouldn't have ever been that way in the first place, It's very annoying. It's very annoying.
I'm happy for Swerve. He had a great title reign. I'm happy for Bryan that he got to go out on his terms, and he got to drop the title to who we wanted to. But glory runs, bro. Glory title runs. Fucking stop. That is my takeaway.
Yeah. And I think Kale puts it perfectly. We'll end it on this. It was a really good moment in a vacuum, but quite head scratching outside of that. That's basically what it is. And we'll move forward. We'll get to these chats when we get to them. I see you guys. There's been some crazy messages here at the moment. I don't know if you have maybe seen some of them.
I have been reading chat.
Anjan, one of them is Brian Jong-un, so we'll just leave that there. Code Hater, what do you think of a tag team Continental Classic in the future?
Bro, they need to have enough tag teams to do shit like that.
A
Did you
women's
see
one,
the Casino Gauntlet they ran like 2 months ago? Absolutely not.
I'd rather not think about that very much. A women's one, though, I'd be interested in.
A women's one, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And we finally reached it. Shout out Mid Takes, $5 super chat. How's everyone doing? We're crashing out the moment, but we're collecting ourselves and we're doing better. We seeing Big Bob tonight, both of us. Yes.
O'Neil? Probably.
And then also mentioned, Chuck, I don't know how women do it on Twitter. People are so weird. Much love.
I block people without caring, and I ignore freaks unless they're like actively very, very weird and trying to harass me. But people are very weird on Twitter, and I think they should leave women alone. Just a thought.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be great.
And then when people speak up about it and people, maybe defend some of these things saying it's probably not okay. There shouldn't be fucking losers in the replies calling you like a schmuck and like a loser for doing that. Absolutely. Guys, this whole thing, like, the internet sucks to be a woman on anyways, but it sucks in the wrestling world even worse because there's a lot of fucking losers out there. So yeah, it's probably like we should all probably do our part in making it a nice place for, people to enjoy this thing we love. That would probably be a good idea.
I genuinely think that we need to actively start calling people out more for being freaks towards women, and not just be like, oh, it's just a joke. I don't give a fuck if it's a joke. You should not be saying half the shit that some people say on Twitter about, especially the wrestlers themselves. Like, it's fucking disgusting.
It's gross shit, bro. It's just gross shit.
Hashtag stop gooning.
The gooning is a little aggressive these days.
It's so bad.
It's it's okay to like. I feel like it's more than times okay to say, wow, that person looks good. But some of it's like, Jesus, bro.
You can find wrestlers attractive. Like that is actively an okay thing. They're going to look good. They're on TV. Like, that is half the goal.
Yeah.
But don't be freaks.
Yeah. Don't make some of those Twitter accounts out there, bro. Like, come on, dude. Get a job.
It's foul. It's genuinely foul.
I'm
seeing talks of pumpkins and cobwebs in chat, and that has popped me immensely.
Oh,
and
shit,
Jen, you better not be lying to me.
Hell yeah. But thank you again, Mid Takes, for the $5 super chat.
Thank you.
I think this means that YouTube will be paying me this month because I hit the threshold. So shout out Mid Takes for that. My wallet will very much appreciate this, even more so. Ian Davis, opinions on Big Cora, bad.
Bad.
Face Roxy versus Heel Io. Now hold on. Hold on for a minute. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out, because we're getting there's a lot of OJ talk. We're getting to that point in the show here. Mox, this is crazy, bro. You can't say shit.
That is crazy.
This is crazy, bro. OJ, oh fuck, bro.
Oi.
I'm gonna throw it up, kind of, yeah, you're a child. Joe's a child. Bro. Bully Ray will not be joining AEW at all.
No.
Just to say. Did you guys watch the Vikingo and Mike Bailey match a few days ago on TNA Bound for Glory? I haven't watched it.
Yes.
But
it's the only match I watched on that show because I fell asleep straight after. It was very fun.
Was it? I'll watch it. Because I've been on a big speedball kick lately, so
Speedball rocks.
Does rock. Kenny Goat Mega will be on a wrestling show. Yes, of course. This is a good question though. What will be the star rating of Bully versus Kenny? Kenny will probably get a 3 out of him, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say I think Kenny could get like a 3-star match out of Bully Ray.
Yeah, he's gotten 3-star match out of worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So.
I'd have started just from being able to get him up for the One Wing Angel. I can't lie.
Yeah, that might be a little difficult. Novi doesn't like Shooter. See, let me clarify here. I really like Shooter for a long time, and I thought he was the best of the young guys over in New Japan. But since I've said that, he hasn't like developed at all, and then like multiple times, very stagnant. And apparently he's done some kind of weird shit that I don't really like. So, but even outside of that, it's just wrestling. He's not been as good as some of these other guys. He hasn't really shown me as much as he did before. So, a little bit. Yeah, it's very interesting. Hang on, I need to do this. Wait, hang on. Okay, bang, we got it. I need to ban someone. I need to do some business because I didn't notice it now, and then I've noticed it as we're catching up, so we see it.
I didn't notice it either.
But goodbye, Mr. Big Dude. Mullet buff with Chuck is strong, very strong.
Yes, I'm very biased.
Good question.
I have been sent proof there is pumpkins. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, we're so up.
We're so bad. I'm okay. I'll stop complaining.
We're happy again. We're moving up.
Yay!
Who wins the mullet off, Dom or Oiwa?
Oiwa, absolutely Oiwa. That was very quick. That was a very easy decision.
Yeah. Jamie Hayter versus Mary Schaff coming soon, potentially, maybe down the line. We'll see how Mary Schaff looks when she wrestles.
Jamie Hayter is somewhat of a miracle worker. I don't think that much would be bad, to be honest.
Very Statlander-y situation. She'll get the most out of anyone.
Could you imagine if they were actually booking like the good women against each other? How good the shows would be.
Yeah, you know, it's just a thought, just a thing here. I saw a clip of Lance and Cage, and it was beast as fuck. Yeah, they did the pop-up choke slam.
Mm-hmm.
Was pretty beast. Let me find a place, and then we'll get to this, bro. We'll find a place. Hang on now. All right, whatever. I can't find a place. Confirm shoot. Hello, Novi and Chuck. What are your thoughts on Nick Bockwinkel? Thanks in advance. Chuck, what's your thoughts on Nick Bockwinkel?
I have none.
That's unfortunate. I don't have any either, really.
Damn. Thank you for the super chat anyways.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Shoot. I still need to get like a block match for me to watch because you have never given me one, and I need to see one. I need to like eventually.
I don't know that I've ever seen one either, actually.
Yeah, but I need to like be requested to get one because I will never be able to decide on my own. So, but yes, of WCW 2001 fame coming soon, surely. Unfortunately, the South Carolina Gamecocks, or not South Carolina, Ohio State basketball team, the women's basketball team are starting soon, so we'll get to business, and then we'll do that. We'll just have to do a stream. Yeah, we could do a block watch along.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty fire. Thank you, Shoot, for the $5. Very much appreciate it. Let's see here. We need to find a place because there's been some crazy ass chats in here that I'm like having to work through.
Yeah.
Here's maybe one. Hikaru should be TBS champ, damn it. Unfortunately, the match against Mercedes maybe didn't really make me feel that way.
I have a take, and I feel like this is an okay platform to give it. I feel like I'm not going to get overly attacked here.
Okay.
I think when Hikaru Shida first joined AEW, she was obviously one of the best they had. And I think that her wrestling hasn't really changed since 2021, 2022 when she was like at her peak, which
Mhm.
isn't necessarily a bad thing because she was always a very good wrestler. But when you look at the roster that now surrounds her in 2024 compared to the 2021 roster, she
Mhm.
doesn't stand out as much anymore. And I'm not saying she's washed. I'm not saying she's bad. I don't think she's either of those things. I just think that she hasn't changed her game up,
Yeah.
and it's standing out when you put her up against certain talents.
Yeah. I unfortunately, as some will know, I'm a very big Hikaru Shida fan. I was really anticipating the Mercedes match to be special, and then it was
Hmm.
very messy, very iffy. Uh, so I think it's probably might be a little over, unfortunately, with Hikaru Shida. And you're right, she hasn't really changed much as a wrestler in any which way since that time. So it's an interesting conversation, very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, we have a lot of chats today, Chuck, and we're yapping a lot. As same
Yeah,
same things happening this week. We're gonna speed through a little bit of this. We'll cover some of the card, and we'll get through it.
let's go.
Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Don't want to doom and gloom, but where do Willow and Chris go after losing their respective feuds? I don't think they're either gonna lose them. I think they'll win.
I wish I had that optimism.
It is me being very optimistic, very positive because I
I
like both
think
those wrestlers quite a
Miss
lot.
Timeless is gonna be taking that world title back. I'm afraid. Um,
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
no, I say I'm afraid. I actually quite enjoy Tony Storm. I think Stat absolutely should be Mercedes. I don't think Mercedes is losing either of her belts until after Wrestle Dynasty because I think she's adding a third to the
Mm,
collection.
yeah, that's probably true. Um, Yeah, I can get behind that. I'll stay
I need to
optimistic
see
for the
this
for the sake of the
evolution.
game. You look at the Evu. Dynamite
Tweet.
getting worse. Yeah, tweet. Once Roddy Strong started getting less minutes is not a coincidence. Hashtag next strong.
Oh, you're
Very
so
true.
right.
We are noticing things about Dynamite and Roddy Strong. Soon he'll be back. No worries. Um, what
Ibu
was
is
it?
a nasty, nasty man.
Can you read it to me or is it not
I
readable?
can. I will. I will. I will. I will. No, it's readable. It's just very funny.
Oh shit.
So
Oh
someone,
god.
someone posted a picture of Delta because I can't remember her NXT name, Vicky, Julia, and Jordan Grace, and said the new four horsewomen. And Ibu quote tweeted and said, "The OG horsewomen were plumbers. They can't shoot from deep like Steph. They can't defend all positions like Julia. Delta and Grace are bigs with handles. The new 4 in 5."
Disgusting, bro. Cannot say these things. Um, that's a very funny tweet. Very funny tweet. Go give him shit for that. Well, that's bro. What a nasty person. What a nasty guy. It's crazy
I'm
that
not
I'm bringing him on the
fancy.
channel when he's making nasty tweets like these, on, on just randomly on the timeline. We'll keep moving through. Daz Reynolds. Will Darby beat Moxley next pay per view? Next pay per view,
No,
no, because it's gonna be orange.
try
So
Revolution if it's that
yeah,
early.
agreed. Uh, Brandbuster was doing a temp check on the attendance numbers. Very unfortunate. I didn't even pull it up. Not gonna give him the time of day.
It did
Um,
pop me though. I saw it.
apparent apparently they're using orange ropes tonight. Really?
I don't know that
Have
I
you seen
love
that?
that, but
That's kind of quirky. Why not?
it's quirky, but it's Halloweeny, so I'll take it.
Yeah. I wish I was the hanging with Holbert victim with the way wrestling has been kicking my ass. Maybe you feel
I
like
do.
it, but
Okay.
stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say on that front.
Woo.
Um, let's see here. Hey, you got to be on the thumbnail still. Make sure to hit the pay
This
window.
is true. I am on the thumbnail.
You're on all the tweets, you're in the promo and everything.
Hell yeah. I'm the
Let's
draw.
see here. Many are saying that's crazy. That's that's kind of hard. Big dog on the channel. That's crazy. Very true though. Chuck
That's
is a
fine.
draw. Hangman
Just
may be a heel, but he will always be my baby face. True.
now you should have
Very
committed to the bit
true.
and said my baby girl. Should have ran with it. But yes, I
Should have
agree.
went full tilt, full
Full
send.
send. Yeah. Just go.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Baby girl.
And Jin talks about the baby girl. He's looking like a mid carder right now, and I want to fight someone in the booking team right now.
So
Yeah,
real. So
this
true.
dude, I'm like going through these like chats as I'm trying to like catch up and get through it, and I'm seeing like the crazy shit people are saying. I'm just gonna pop them up on screen and react accordingly.
Oh no. Oh my god.
This is true. We were very aggressive about it. Caden was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Anjan crashed out, bro.
Had some feelings. Oh my god.
Jesus. Yes, very true. It's both of our
Oh
like
yeah. Sorry, that is something you should know about me. When people bring up Hangman's booking to me, I tend to crash out about it a little bit. It's
I
like
don't
one of
crash
the
out
only
about
things in
many things.
wrestling that I feel strongly about.
Yeah, same front here. Don't worry, it's not done.
Oh, Anjan,
A-
brother.
and I think that was it. I think that was it. Brian didn't even want to win the belt
Mm-hmm.
too. He acted like he didn't, that's for sure. Very true here from Marcus. Brian winning at Grand Slam would have been perfect, and they still could have done all the MJF stuff they did up to Revolution. Very, very, very,
Absolutely.
very, very true.
Hardly anything would have changed.
Jesus, bro.
Woo-hoo.
Good point here too. Only one title defense in that reign, which
Crazy.
makes it even more silly for both of us. Do you think it's time AEW finally creates their own PC? I think it's probably been time for a long time. Maybe not PC, but they need like a place for people to go train.
Bring back Dark.
Dark, ROH should be developmental, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Twitter is scary. Yes, it is, and Evil's
Yes.
not making it any
Accurate.
better. The Continental Classic this year could be stacked. It very much could be.
be.
It very much should be, to be fair. Let's see here. We have the Publicans and Cobblewebs. Cobwebs
Cobwebs.
Cobwebs on broadcast. Jesus. Maybe I'm getting cooked. Caden Cook me, did big league me, also Brainbuster big league me, but don't worry, I big league both of them. I got the real star, no worries. Let's see here. This is very true. There's been a lot of weird ass shit over the year, like last year even.
Even over the last couple of years since I've like, been properly involved, the amount of stuff you can't interact with, bro. I can't interact with anyone on that app without getting weird DMs about it. It's crazy. Yeah. Why do you think I don't really reply to wrestlers anymore because I just don't want to hassle.
You just can't,
which is sad. Like I shouldn't have to do that. Like
yeah, you shouldn't have to worry. There's gonna be like some weird fucks like saying, "Oh, do you see it?" Like and then the replies like, "Come on, bro, get a grip." Let's see here. Wrestling World CC. Yeah, good call on the like weirdo fucking accounts. By the way.
Yeah.
I didn't know Beast Mortos had a law degree. That's kind of cool.
I did. This is information that
let's see here.
This is too random. Oh dear.
And Caden, we're ignoring these chats about people I was a fan of. It's not true. Let's stop this now, Caden. And I banned someone who's being weird. That's who I banned, by the way. Someone was being strange in the chat. That's what I did. Most of you are all clear. Don't worry. There's some ban checks shortly after that. So, oh, we're getting that hammer. Hold on. I see it now. We're getting another hammer.
So, bro,
bang.
I'm here to talk graps. You can compliment me once. It's calm. It's whatever. But shut up. Leave me alone.
Talk to him, bro. I'm gonna pull this up on screen. We're gonna talk about the show. All right. So, speaking, fuck. How do I transition? Orange Cassidy is gonna be live.
Orange Cassidy.
Do you like currently his heel turn seemingly at the moment, or at least him getting serious about this Moxley situation? I've been enjoying it lately, so I'm curious.
I've been enjoying his character arc. I don't think he's gonna turn heel. I think he's just gonna lock in.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's been a lot of fun. He'll be live. That should be enjoyable. Brainbuster also asks, no grin along tonight. We do not want to overwhelm Grinners with content before the big Hang It with Holbert special, so just lock in for that post Dynamite. And another match we'll see tonight, Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
Shout
out NXT.
Shout out NXT. Shout out NXT for one, of course. This will be Adam Cole's return match. He's already returned on TV, of course, but this will be his first time wrestling since the injury. And he's against Buddy Matthews, who is a crazy opponent for him to come back against. That's a very tough match, but it should make it pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. I
actually think, like, the more I think about it, the more I feel like it's actually a pretty good, safe choice. Because Buddy Matthews is, from what I've heard, is a very good, safe wrestler.
Yeah.
And he knows how to do his shit. He works pretty well as a heel. Adam Cole's going to be able to plug his shit in quite easily, I think.
Hmm.
I think this is actually going to be a pretty good return match for Adam Cole. And I hope he looks good in the ring.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I do also hope he looks good because I told people on the show I wanted to see him do well. I'm rooting for him,
Yeah.
so hopefully things look good here.
I'm just happy for him that he's recovered, bro, because he has not had an easy ride in AEW.
Yeah, it was so tough. And him, dude, he just jumped off of the stage. There, he's out for a year, you know? That
Mm-hmm.
sucks. And all the other stuff
Destroyed
that
his
we've all
ankle.
seen, bro, it's just I hope he comes out to play here. I hope he has a great match. I hope he's looking good. I'm excited to see what it's gonna be. I think we both are. So we'll see tonight. It'll be good to have Adam Cole back wrestling. For some of us, maybe not all of us, but some of us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be exciting. Good opponent as well. So we have Bockwinkel match mentions. Bockwinkel versus Kurt Hennig. And yes, Shoot does have a list, so I need to be sent that, I think. Another Kurt Hennig Bockwinkel recommendation. So we have an anti-Bach wrestling plumbers and janitors. Would get exposed today. Bach getting exposed today. I don't know about all that now. I don't know about all that. The Athena match wasn't very good. See, I actually liked the Shida and Athena match quite a bit. I don't know, something about it just it popped me. I enjoyed it. So
I think I liked it at the time.
yeah.
But I have no idea what my opinion would be of it now.
Yeah, I'm not speaking right now. I just remember liking it when I watched it.
Yeah.
I gave it a good rating.
I liked it when I watched it, but I don't know, it was
Yeah.
probably like 4 a.m. for me, so
Yeah, it was probably you're probably a little delirious. So your opinion is you gotta get it on a more sleep, like, or what is it,
Indeed.
like more woken up version of yourself.
I need to be more woke. Is that what you're saying?
That is kind of what I'm saying. Apparently, need to get more woke. Stop being so right. Chuck.
Oh dear.
Let's see here. Mention of the Ebu sick fuck tweet. Sons and Shadows. Have a good night, sons. Hope you enjoyed the show. Lambo has mentioned he's had a bad feeling about
No.
Britt taking the title. It's not gonna happen.
No.
I'm
Don't
here
worry.
to tell you.
No.
We're here
No.
to ease your fears, Lambo. I've know you said this to me in DMs. We're here to ease this for you. But yeah. What the fuck? Hang on. There's a crazy ass chat. I don't know what this a certain word. What do you Oh, I get it now. I get it now. You know where it's what you call like moms.
Ah.
I think that's what he means. We'll see. Might be a hot take, but I think this Chris Stat match will determine how good Mercedes is in the ring. Her last few matches haven't been good. I disagree. I think her last few matches have been good, but it will be a big determining like match because if it's one thing to have a good match with some of the opponents she's been given, it's another to have a good match on a pay-per-view with Chris Stat most likely. So that'll be a good barometer to where she really is at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mercedes is really struggling to click with the AEW formula right now, and that is impacting her match quality. And I think that she's lost some confidence in herself because of the last few matches. That like her all-in match it was bad, and the all-out match wasn't much better. So I think she's had a string of like solid performances, and I think the stat match is going to be what like really wakes it up for her.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to that one. That's a very, very big match.
That is one that I've had circled like since there was even whispers of Mercedes going to AEW like 2 years ago. So
yeah, me too. Caden Lee picking Yuma Anzai in the LNG draft. Yeah, he is a nasty guy, very nasty guy. Reading chats and then picking based on that, nasty guy.
Funny as fuck. Can't lie. Good vibes.
Let's see here. Yeah, this is a good call here. Very good call.
With DMs or getting called a whore for not liking the latest WWE app. Bro, I've had it all. I can't do shit on that app sometimes. Like, this is not the time or place for that conversation, but ask me about it sometime because I have some stories.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get to them.
Actually, one reference I will make. The Full Gear 2023 Media Scrum. If you know, you know, and you know the amount of shit I got for what happened at that. So,
all fair. Adam Cole is having his first TV match in over a year, and is anyone talking about it? I think there is some hype for it. Yeah, we did. It's kind of it's the point of the show, but we're doing it, so yeah. I don't know. It's a weird. He's in a weird spot. Is all I'll say about all that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is also quite funny. It'll be a very funny face-off, I think. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
No need to even talk this talk.
Mm-mm. No comment.
Let's see here. We're not going to talk about the match again. It's popped up because I didn't close it. Don't woke it up. Don't woke it up. We got to the end here. I sped through a little bit. I'm not pulling up all because you guys have been like wonderful. Like we're chatting between chatters
Very
in the
active.
stream.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. You guys are fantastic. If you've enjoyed the show, leave a like on it. We are gonna close down here in a little bit. We have Dynamite coming soon, so if you want to get in any chats that you want us to talk about, make sure to send them in now. If you want to get any last minute super chats in, that'd be
What
also
haven't we
sick.
talked about?
There's one thing we haven't talked about. It's a big thing too.
Oh, of course.
Of
Not that.
course, number one, Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin is taking place on the show.
Oh yeah.
This is a big match for a wide variety of reasons. Chuck,
Oh.
I'm gonna throw it to you. How you feeling?
I'm so excited for this match because Shelty B has faced two pretty like unique wrestlers in his first couple of matches in AEW, which I think were very good choices because of Swerve himself is a very unique wrestler in the style that he wrestles. Leo Rush, that match blew me away because I love Leo Rush as it is anyways, and I had hopes for that match, but I didn't have high expectations because I've seen Shelton Benjamin wrestle live this year. Granted, it was on a UK indie, so it was never going to be amazing.
Different setting.
But it's different setting, different vibes, different paydays. You know,
Yeah.
you know what it is, sort of thing. But that Leo Rush match, like so good, it fucking ruled. The Sammy Guevara match also ruled, and I'm not the biggest fan of Sammy ever. I think he's very good in his role, and he really blew it out of the park in that Shelton match. So, like, you step that up to Swerve. That's good. This match is going to be unreal, and I think it's going to main event. Sure, actually, I don't know because there is a title match on this show, so
it could open.
It's either going to open or main, and it's going to get time either way.
Yes,
and we're going to have Big Bob Lash come in at the end, like 95% sure that that's going to happen. I'm like 99% sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I honestly, my main takeaway from this match is that I really want to see Shelton Benjamin get a near fall on his super kick because I think he should make it a secondary finisher.
That'd be
and
awesome.
He should start beating people with that move, and he should like beat Commander with that move like soon because I think it's so fucking sick.
That would be sick. I'm also very excited for this match. You're a very firm believer that this is going to be pretty awesome. I am as well. We know what kind of level Swerve's on. We know what he'll come with here. It's a big spot for Shelty too, which I'm very happy about. This is just a good time. It's just a good matchup. I'm looking forward to it. It should probably steal the show, based on what else is on this card. I think without a doubt, probably Big Bob Lash after two. It's big time. It makes it feel big. This is the reason why this like Friday Night Dynamite feels so big is this match, and they've done a great job of promoting it. So it's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. We're closing down here. We have a few more super chat, or we have a super chat. Not a few more super chats, but one more. We very much appreciate that. We have a few more chats to get through. Sari match recommendations. There's a ton of them that I could give you. Any of the tag matches she's put on Sarism shows, any of them. She has a match with Hashimoto earlier this year. She has one with Iwatani earlier this year. Both fantastic.
The Brazilian match was pretty fucking sick as well.
I was just about to say the Bozilla match, also quite good. Any of those. There's like 7-8 matches there for you. Definitely go check.
Genuinely, like this is a cop-out answer, but you could just go to her cage match and watch any of her 2024 matches and it will be good.
Yeah, pretty much. I 100% agree with that. Women's Wrestler of the Year overall, in my personal opinion.
I can agree, yes.
Yeah, Art Irony, thoughts on the new Seinfeld 4K release and the original 4:3 aspect ratio? Chuck, thoughts?
That means nothing to me. I'm sorry, that has gone straight over my head.
Shelty to win a title in 2025, mid-card belt.
I would absolutely be ecstatic with him being the TNT champion and bringing back the Open Challenge.
Yes, that would be sick. -2 stars, I'm afraid. Caden giving us the scoop. It's the main, so it's a big deal. Probably lends more credence to the Big Bob Lash. You know, who knows? And then we have Kale here with the super chat. Thank you guys all for the super chats throughout the night. Absolutely. We have mid takes, shoot, and then now Kale. Kale says, I made a slightly, very spiteful tweet on Tony today, but in your fellow's opinion, where does she rank and compare with the best in wrestling this year? Um, Chuck, what do you think about this?
I think from April onwards, she was like pretty on game. I think January to March, her performances were less than stellar.
Hmm.
Gimmick wise, she's been on point essentially the entire year.
Yes.
Once she found that balance with the wrestling, I think that it very much worked in her favor. I can fully understand why she was ranked number one in PWI this year as well. I think she's doing some very cool stuff at the moment with going to Japan and Mexico, and I'm very excited to see her back in AEW and see where that ends up going.
Yeah.
Compared with the best in wrestling this year, I would have like for women specifically, I would probably have her top 5.
Yeah, that's the same front I'm on with the top 5 talk. I think she's been incredible with the gimmick. Ever since that Azumi match, I think she's been very good in the ring. That's always the pinpoint like place where I say
That's
she's
the
got
match
good.
that people are just like, yeah.
As I'm crediting Azumi for that one because she knocked the Hooper back into her. Oh my god, a late show dog appearance is wonderful.
Late show talk appearance, he is.
Hell yeah. But yes, Toni Storm, definitely top 5 women's wrestler of the year, I think. She's had a great one. You know, it's super sick to see. And then with the dog, with the super chat, and then one more that we'll talk about here. I think it's a great way to close out. If this is the last chat, then I have only one thing to say. Kenny Omega is coming back soon. Wrestling is safe. The game I love is safe, was rephrased there. Very true,
So
very real. The show every week on Wednesday, 6:30 was saved by Chuck. Chuck, do you have anything that you'd like to promote?
I have some big projects coming soon. I feel like I say this on every show that I'm on at the moment, but I actually legitimately have things written and ready to go out now. So it's just a matter of editing and deciding that I'm happy with them. But I'm not going to tell you guys what they are, but I'm very excited about them. And if you enjoy my content as a person in like just like my takes on wrestling, they're like more personal projects. So you'll get to learn more about my journey of like getting into wrestling. That's the most I'll say. So that will be out on Substack soon, the first part of that project. Back on the Dynamite review tomorrow, 6:30 EST. I almost fucked that up and did the British time again. 6:30 EST, 10:30 British time because clocks have changed here, but they have not in the US.
We're gaining an hour, right?
Shows this week? Yes. Yeah, they're going back. Yeah, extra hour of sleep and all that.
Not sleep, but an hour.
Yeah, you know, just an extra hour. I don't think I'm on any other shows other than that this week, but I'll be online. I'm chronically online, you know. Check out my link tree in my Twitter bio. Follow me there. I tweet sometimes.
There's a link tree in your Twitter bio. There's a bunch of links in the description of this video. Please check Chuck out. It's always great to have her on. We are big yappers as last week. Yes. So it was a wonderful show. Thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you guys for all the love. We hit 21 likes. We got 3 super chats. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate that. You guys have been so active in chat. It's been a fucking blast, honestly. So I hope you guys enjoyed Dynamite. We'll be back next week, 6:30 p.m. EST. Who knows who'll be on that show? I don't have a clue. Maybe Chuck again. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
But also, new video out on Saturday. It's a big one featuring Ibu of Wrestle Purist. So lock in for that. Lock in for next week. Thank you, Chuck, for coming on. And we hope you guys enjoyed Dynamite. Much love to each and every one of you. Peace out.